This problem, we have a sample of an unknown material which weighs 300 newtons in the air and 200 newtons when submerged in an alcohol solution with a density of 700 kilograms per cubic meter. We want to find out what is the density of the material. So here's a diagram. We have our solution and we have the object in that solution. And we have the gravitational force is 300 newtons when we're in the air, so I'll make a note of that. And we have the gravitational force as 200 newtons when we're in the alcohol, so I'll make a note of that as well. We have the density of the fluid, which is the alcohol, to be 700 kilograms per cubic meter. We want to know the density of the object. Now, whenever we're given multiple gravitational forces like this, what we're going to do is use that equation that we developed, which is the gravitational force over the buoyant force is equal to the density of the object over the density of the fluid. That is really the only time we will use that equation, is when we're given multiple gravitational forces or weights. Now, the gravitational force that we want to use is always the gravitational force in the air, in this case 300 newtons. And it's very tempting then to say that the buoyant force is 200 newtons, but that's not the case. This object here typically weighs 300 newtons on the scale. But when we put it on a scale in this alcohol, it only weighs 200 newtons. But why? That's because the alcohol is helping lift this object. How much upward force would that alcohol have to push in order to make it only weigh 200 newtons? And the answer is, it would have to push up with 100 newtons to make it weigh only 200 on the scale. That upward force is called the buoyant force. So to get the buoyant force, you subtract the weights minus the apparent weight, we say, and we get 100 newtons. So subtract the actual weight in air divided by the apparent weight in the fluid, and that's your buoyant force. We want to find the density of the object, and we know the density of the fluid is 700 kilograms per cubic meter. Now we can either cross multiply, but in this case 300 divided by 100 is 3. To move the 700 over, we multiply by 700. And so we get 2100 kilograms per cubic meter is the density of the object. And that should make sense because remember, the object must be completely submerged, and so its density has to be greater than the density of the fluid.